Hello, I'm Johnny and welcome back to my kitchen. So I'm just testing with this video. I'm trying to do videos where I show me process, but it's really awkward with this camera set up. But I've put it on a tilt, so might be able to see what I'm doing. If not, you probably won't see this, so I don't know what I'm talking for. And I'm going to try and speed it up as well, so I'll try not to talk. But I want to show you how I created this pumpkin head for me sculpture. I haven't been able to show, well, not much at all of doing this sculpture. In this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. So that's me babbling. I'm just going to put this away so I don't knock it and break it. But if I don't manage to speed this up, feel free to fast forward me. So this is my clay. It's super sculpey. What I do is I get a block of clay and just take these bits out, and I cut it up into tiny little pieces because it's so much easier on your hands when you're trying to condition it. Oh, lost for words. But I've already done this on a few pieces here. What I do to condition it, I usually squeeze it like this. Sorry, I think I keep on going out of frame. I usually squeeze it like this. Because I mean, fresh clay that you buy, it's quite easy to work with. But I bought this clay about a year ago. And even though it's wrapped up, it's still a bit difficult to condition. So I roll it along like this. And then twist it around and just mess around with it. And it gets softer and softer and so much easier to work with. So what I'm going to do is get some foil out. And then I just squish it in the middle, a bit like a bow tie. Squish it in there. And then, when I say watch people online doing this, it looks absolutely brilliant. They're able to get the shape straight away that they want, but I never can. I'm trying to get it into a pumpkin shape. Well, that would be an alright size if you were making a smaller head that I made. Smaller pumpkin. But I'm going to add a bit more onto that because I want it a bit larger than that. Otherwise you won't be able to see what I'm doing. As you can see, it's got loads and loads of lumpy bits. So what I do, not prepared as per usual, I take my little hammer out and whack it, trying to get the shape that I want. I normally do this on the floor, but if I did that you wouldn't be able to see me doing anything. It's a hit and miss with this. Sometimes I get it into the perfect shape. So you're probably looking thinking it looks nothing like a pumpkin. But just trial and error really. I mean, it is sort of the shape. They come in all different shapes, don't they? Right. So now... It would be, well, depends on your point of view. It would be easier to do this on a pasta machine, but even though easier, it's all a clean up afterwards. So I avoid using mine. So if I do manage to speed this video up, my voice will also be sped up. But mind you, I think you can take your voice out, can't you, and do a voiceover. And then once you've got the clay on, you've just got to manipulate it. This is a weird shaped pumpkin, like, but as I say, you do get them in all different shapes, don't you? So I made a more desirable shape, but I'm still going to use this one as well. I've gone out of frame. Still going to use this one, so what I do is get this. Look, don't know if I should go in like that. Get this ball stylus tool, fat on this end, bit skinnier on that end. So I just go like this in the top. And then I use this tool. I think this is what you use for knitting or something. I quite like this tool. And I'm just going to make these little marks around what you'd see on a pumpkin. Don't stress out if your pumpkin's not perfect shape, because as I say, they come in all different shapes and sizes and with loads of dinks in them and that. So that's what it looks like now. And then you've got to see where you want the eyes to go. So I think I'll put mine here and do you want it cross together? Oh. Yeah, that looks fine, I think. And the top bit, that's where the stem's going to go into. So I'm not used to doing this the clay on here. when I'm sculpting, I bring everything close to my body. It's a whole lot easier. But I'm going to try this. So then we just put this like an eyebrow over the eye. I'll just show you one. This is what I do. And as you can see, it's going through the lines I've made, but it doesn't matter. Just try and smooth this out. You're going to mess your lines up anyway. But when you finish putting all the details you want to put on, that's when you go over the lines again. Make it a bit crooked. Sorry, I wasn't filming when I done the nose, but it's just a basic nose, triangular shape, and I just whacked it on its face. So we get some little balls for the eyes. I rarely ever make eyes out of clay, because all the nice beads and that you can get, I like to use them. Because when you do clay eyes, you've got to paint them. And it's just, I hate painting tiny little things. So fiddly. So just shove that in there. I'm going to make the other eyeball smaller, so as if it's like squinting. Doesn't look anything like a pumpkin. And then we get the bottom part of the eye. Do a little sausage. Put it down there. There, looks like he's squinting a bit from their eye. I've just rolled this like a little sausage and then squished it, so it looks like that. I'm gonna stick it round just under his nose. I think it needs to be thinner than that. And just stick it under his nose. And that'll be the first part of the mouth. And what I did with this, where is my pokey tool? I just made some little marks. Like that. And with the other ones, I already had pre-baked teeth. I just made some little teeth and then put them in the oven, but in this case I haven't, not very prepared. So this is the shape I'm going for. And the easier thing about doing pre-baked, you can pre-bake them in white and then you don't have to paint them much. Whereas if it's the same colour clay as your sculpture, then yes, you've got to paint them white. Just see if these are the right size. Yeah, looks alright. Yeah, look, that one's poking up his nose. Oh, Ziggy. Ziggy's after his table again. No, it's my table, I'm busy. Feel like it's missing something in the middle, so I'll have to add a teeth. A little one that won't stick up his nose. Right. So that's what it looks like so far. A bit odd. Another piece of clay. Roll it into a sausage. We just want it to cover the mouth, so it's like a lower lip. Yeah, that covers. And then squish it into shape. And I'm just gonna attach it, blend it into the clay. I'll have to do this off camera because just a bit too awkward. So what I'm going to do now is make various marks around the eyes and nose and lips. The teeth look a bit crooked, but just adds character. see if I can add a few saggy, wrinkly bits. Ziggy. See, this is what I have to contend with every time I want to use my table. Ziggy just wants it constantly. Right. Should have done the nostrils before I added the mouth, but I think I can manage. And when you get this in here, if you just slightly push it out at the side, you get a bit of a nostril going on there. The wonky nose looks fine. Right. Now I just want to mark the pupils. There's that one. It's just with me stylus. Oh, stylus. And I'll put this one going off to the side. There. Yeah, looking alright so far. I'll put some marks on his lips. This is where you can go wild, adding texture. And it helps better for when you're painting it as well. Because the paint highlights the details. There. This one looks like a woman, I think. A lady one. So what we're going to do now is, what am I going to do? Make a hole in the top and make a stalk. Or should I do the details? I'll make a hole and then... Am I in frame? Just made a hole, but it's not big enough. I made it with me pokey tool, and then I'm going to shove this in. It's just so I can add the stalk. There. So there's the hole in the head. I mean, you can add a stalk and some leaves or anything you want, but I'll just be adding a stalk. So now I'm going to go around this detail again. And then I go down the middle and just do a little bit. And you can put dinks in it or anything you want. Because they usually come from the shops all battered, don't they? And I'm just going to smooth these lines out a bit. Because I don't want them to look like tool marks. I want them to look natural. Nearly dropped it there. And just go over the top with this again. Looking alright, I think. So I've got this bit of florist wire. I've just left a bit this. What size is it? I haven't got me, well, wherever. It's this size. And I just twist it on itself. Just round and round and round. And then I'll show you the next stage. So I've just twisted it about 3 or 4 times around the stem, and then I just bend it in half. It's pretty easy enough to push down with your fingers, but you could use pliers if you want. As you can see, there were no use. So then I get another piece of wire. And I'll just wrap it round a few times again. Now I've wrapped our wire around again. So what I do to make it look a bit more natural, the next layer of wire I wrap around it, it's more loose, so it's like vines sort of. A bit like this. So I'll do that a few times as well. So when I got to the end of it, at the bottom, this piece that I'll be putting into the head of the pumpkin, squished it down with these, what are these called, pliers. So then I'll be putting it into the head, but before I do that, I'll be using some Bacon Bond. It comes with this spouty thing, but because my bottle's nearly empty, it won't come out. So I'm gonna put mine in with a cocktail stick. And I'm just going to put that into the hole of the pumpkin head. It's just that when it goes to bake, it'll be more secure to hold that wire. And don't worry about it going on your clay. I mean, as I say, pumpkins come battered with little bits of mould growing on them or anything, so it could be that, couldn't it? We're not looking for a perfect pumpkin. And I don't know if you can see, but on this florist wire, I got it from Temu, so I don't know if that's because of the quality, but you can see some bits of the metal coming through the florist wire. I mean, you can just cover that with paint when you come to painting it, if it bothers you. It doesn't bother me. Right. So I'm going to put this in now. Am I still in frame? Oh wait, before I put it in, I'll bend it how I want it to go. I mean, you can always add a leaf on here. I've got some fabric autumn leaves and stuff. I suppose I could stick it on there, but the pumpkin's only small, it'll be too big. You could make one out of fabric, I guess. But I just like it plain like this. So, shoved it into the head, but I'm also going to go around the edges with this very sticky stuff. I mean, it is very useful, but it's so sticky. Then I just go around the bottom, just to secure it in place. I mean, if you're worried about this, I'll show you what my other one looks like that I did. It dries with, it looks like a white texture, but you'll be painting this anyway, so that doesn't matter. At least it's secure. Keep on going out of frame. And I mean, if you want to add some extra detailing on this, you can actually use this bacon bond just to add dollops or wherever you want to on this. Easily to paint over. So this is my complete pumpkin. On the next video, I'm going to put it in the oven to cure. Follow the manufacturer's instructions, but I always put it in for about between 30 and 45 minutes. And don't take it out the oven as soon as it's stopped baking. Just leave it in the oven to cool down, because I used to be so eager to see what my creations look like, taking it out the oven and then they'd crack. So just leave it in there, it cool down naturally in the oven. So on my next video I will be painting it. I've got a few other things to paint, the other pumpkins and that, so I may as well just do it all together basically. So that's what he looks like. Pleased with that. So yeah, so this is part 1. I don't think I need to speed it up, do I? Anyway, if you get bored of me talking and stuff, you can always speed it up. So Johnny signing out. See you, bye.